Hi guys, it's Faye from Faye's World. I feel like I need to do this more often, which is after I've just left the July 4th party at my friend's Wes's place, I was gathered with a room full of women together. They were asking me about all the empress dresses. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, that is one of the passion project I've been working on, and it's with my mom, the artist and creator behind xiangliart. I am so excited. In fact, looking back, we started this project in 2012, and yes, of course, I've been supporting her pretty much all my adult life, including her green card, which is an EB1 extraordinary alien green card for her to immigrate from China to the US, work as an artist here as well before her retirement. We started working on this collection of Chinese empresses. I'm going to show you a few examples as I'm talking through it. And today, at a July 4th party, I get to bring a bag of clothes so that our dear friend, young woman, her name is Sadie, who tried on so many of these dresses. That's why I'm sitting down here as soon as I got home. Before these memories kind of disappear, I really want to capture this. They asked me a ton of really good questions. Number one, which is, how the heck did I actually put these designs on these dresses? And I realized that it's unfair that for creators like us who have been creating content on YouTube or elsewhere or TikTok for a little while now, it's very essential, or it also becomes like an instinct to talk about merch and design. Yes, those dresses are things I, take a picture of my mom's painting and they're on there. Of course, it takes many more steps. So this video is not sponsored, but I want to talk to you guys about a couple of vendors or what we call a print-on-demand companies. I highly recommend. I know there are many of them out there, but the ones we use consistently for the past number of years for xiangliart are Printful, and the other is Redbubble. I'm going to include links in the description below for you to check it out. So let me first talk about Printful. We use Printful because it seamlessly integrates with Squarespace, and now since our migration to WordPress, it also works with WordPress really well. Now Redbubble has other designs, as you can see currently on the screen. I want to show you a few examples. With Redbubble, the benefit is that once you upload an image, no matter what it is, it immediately puts it with different design variations on many different products. We're talking about not just dresses, t-shirts, wearables, as well as water bottles, notebooks, scarves. Let me think about it. Of course, like printed art, socks, backpacks, laptop covers. I mean, you name it. There are just so many to choose from. Once you upload the file, however, you do want to apply some adjustments, because with these like automation happening, even with these print-on-demand companies, they're not going to perfectly guess exactly what you want, which is the second point I want to really give to you, is that people ask me today, how long does it take for you to set up a file? So I'm going to show you real quick on the screen right now how I go about setting up, let's say, a t-shirt dress. The reason for t-shirt dresses is that they're pretty straightforward. So are the bodycon, like A-line dresses. You basically just plot a photo of the design on there and you can move it around. So a couple of things you want to keep in mind to actually save you time. One is that you want to ensure that your photos are high quality. So if you have old photos from before, older cameras, they might not work as well. In general, we're talking about, 72 DPI are digital files. They're good for the internet. Some of those might work, but you might want to aim for something double that. So 144 DPI. You want to take photos. Also, when we talk about high quality, you want to have sufficient light. For example, as I'm recording this right now, there's a ring light right behind my camera. So when you take photos of your paintings, for instance, of your design, you definitely use something that is high quality, especially with my mom's work. To keep in mind, it's traditional Chinese art. So it's done on silk, on watercolor paper. It's not digitally done. My mom is not a Photoshop designer or anything like that. So high quality is absolutely key. Now, next, what will actually look good on the dress? That is up for you to decide. Now, some of this could be very subjective. For example, if you're an abstract designer or artist, chances are some of those artworks are gonna work pretty well on dresses. Now, my mom is a portrait artist and she focuses on historical figures and Chinese empresses. So think about it, where you want to place the head of the empress if you designed, let's say, a t-shirt dress with the entire portrait on your dress. Now, there are also other scenarios I've decided. For instance, I look at these beautiful designs and fabrics of these women wore these amazing dresses 800, 1,000 years ago with the jewelries and all that. So sometimes I actually use a portion of my mom's paintings as the t-shirt dress, as the overall dress design. So this way, when I work with the customers who love our designs, they feel a little less conscious, especially if they have a fuller chest, for instance. They don't want the design to stretch so much. So the key thing that you should do with these print-on-demand companies is, number one, you want to order some samples. For example, Printful gives you these personal orders, 3 items each month. You can order them and with 20% off. Now, if you want to order items more than 3, of course, I've done orders like 10, 12 items at a time just so I can see exactly how the product will look. Good news is that Printful and Redbubble, they do have these online models. So they do have these sort of blank canvas for you to work with. And you can see even how people move, their videos, and you can see them from the front, the side profile, the back profile. That gives you a pretty good idea. But I personally, before I started to really sell these items online, it makes me feel most comfortable if I know the fabrics, if I can actually touch it, if I can wear it, not just on myself, but I also have, friends and colleagues who are so generous with their time and effort to allow me to take photos of them in these dresses so I know how they would look on different women, men, and how the fabrics will fall. The third thing I want to say is that you really do not have to be a professional designer. You just want to have a set of eyes that actually pay attention to what looks good. And that actually comes with practice. I think when it comes to these designed dresses, when it comes to these kind of creative or art wear or wearable art in general, you have to be a lot more open-minded. These are not going to be your Gucci or your Ann Taylor or your Gap dresses. These are not very basic, designed for the general public to fall in love and buy a lot of. These are more things that there's sentimental value, and that's something I want to get to, which is point number 4, that my mom and I put a lot of work into this. As I mentioned earlier, this is called the Chinese Empress Collection. And this is not meant for us to only use these dresses, put these dresses on certain type of women. In fact, our vision in an ideal world is for all women to not only love the clothes, to know that they can let their inner empresses come out. They feel good. They want to feel the material. It's soft. It flatters their body. They don't all have to look the same. That is the absolute essence of this entire collection. We also take a lot of feedback from working with women, with customers. So I wish we could share more photos who feel so empowered. They even say that. I feel empowered in these dresses. I think there's so many women's stories that should be told, and there's no better way to share that. It's designed for women, by women, and told by other women. I want to share one last bit about working on this project, xiangliart. There's more I want to share with you about this very, very important, possibly the most important project I've ever worked on in my life. And it's something I will continue to do, and something I really want to integrate as part of my storytelling, as part of my tech tutorials on my YouTube channel. And I hope to share that piece of my life with you.